Hey everyone, welcome to another YouTube Live. I hope you're doing great. Hello everyone. Make sure you tell me where you're watching from, what kind of things you are dealing with in your leadership journey. I appreciate you joining me. So today I want to briefly talk to you for just a few minutes about your leadership future. This comes on the heels of a seminar that I have attended by Jacob Morgan. He's a U.S. author. Or actually, I don't know if he's U.S., but he's a U.S. author from California. I remember. So Jacob Morgan have written this book. I recommend you check it out. It's called Future Leader. So he estimates in the next decade, right now it's 2020. In 2030, he estimates that on the planet, the one that we live on all together, is there will be between 88 million to 440 million new leaders. Okay, so are you going to be one of them? So right now it's 2020. Are you leading a team right now? Are you leading your family? Are you leading a world-class organization? Or are you leading yourself? So I will go over the 9 traits of the future leader that you can take away right now, either focus on, and then it's a self-assessment. You determine where you are in the strength of that leadership toolbox and how far you can go. Okay, so the author is Jacob Morgan. The book is The Future Leader, and here's the 9 traits that you can use, focus right now to make sure that in 2030 you be the most superb leader that you can possibly be. And as you listen to this, imagine yourself, where will you be in 10 years? Is that going to be a leadership position in your company, at home, at family? Maybe you're going to be leading the whole country. I don't know, the whole planet. Perhaps you're going to be remembering this YouTube live that you heard Mark Guy, and this is where it all started for you. So let me know where you're watching from and what kind of things you're working on. Okay, so 9 traits, 2030 future leader. Number 1, you have to be an explorer. As a leader, you have to take risks. Sometimes you have to create the vision that nobody else see, but you see it. And once you create that vision, everyone in your team will look up to you, that make sure that you are a good navigator, a good planner, somebody who can deliver on that vision. So a lot of times we as leaders, we don't take, or you know what, we take risks, but we are afraid. We're afraid we're going to not feel good, somebody's going to judge us, we're not going to be able to achieve our goals. I say, if you are to lead yourself and everyone in your tribe, you must be an explorer. Go forward. One of my favorite TV show is Star Trek Voyager. I'm not sure if you've seen it, but it's no longer on the air. I think it had 7 or 8 seasons. I remember there was captain of a ship, and its actress, her name is Kate Mulgrew. She's very popular in the United States, and then she did a few other Netflix shows and others. So she was the leader, and the story of that show in Star Trek Voyager is that the ship was catapulted, I don't know, like 80 years away from Earth. So she and her crew picked up a few passengers, and they were traveling back to Earth. And I think it was one of the best shows I ever seen. I remember watching it every day for 1 hour. It was 11 p.m. When I was taking my graduate courses. And I remember the stories from Star Trek Voyager. It's one of my favorite shows. Okay, so are you an explorer? Are you taking risks? Do you have a compelling vision? And how is that vision translates to everyone on your team? Trait number 2, are you a chef? Can you put ingredients from your industry in such a way that, what do chefs do? They get training, they get on TV, maybe they're from Canada or England, and then some master chef yells at them. But also chefs, they're very skilled in putting different ingredients in just the right amount, cooking them at just the right temperature to create a product. And that product has to be delicious and nutritious. I know, it works. So as a leader, are you an explorer? Are you a chef? And if you're not, what can you do now to make sure you develop those skills? Trait number 2, servant. In the last 10 years, specifically in the United States, we have heard this term that has entered the public consciousness of servant leader. What does that mean? And what does it have to do with leadership traits in 2030? I think it all starts with New Testament, right? From Jesus Christ, when he washed the feet of his disciples, his apostles. So if you are a leader, how are you serving people who are following you? In the book Future Leader by Jacob Morgan, he was quoting a CEO of a banking institution in California. And it's when a new hire comes into a bank, she goes to meet them in the first hour on the first day. She looks them straight in the eye and says, "You're not here to serve me. I am here to serve you." So it's just making sure that it is ironclad in your brain that as a servant leader, we take a responsibility. We take this social contract oath. It's not about us. We are serving our tribe and people who trust us. So 3 traits in 2030 to be a superior leader: explorer, chef, servant. The next 6. Next one is global citizen. Is everyone on your team look alike? Or do you intentionally go out and seek opinion and in environment and advice for people who don't look like you, who don't think like you, and who don't speak like you? When you have the diversity of opinion, you create success. And it can be done intentionally. Be a global citizen. Number 5 is futurist. I do recommend you follow someone right now in your field, or maybe not even in your field. There's this gentleman, his name is Peter Diamandis. He is one of the founders of the X Prize. Every Sunday, he sends this huge letter about AI, medicine, space travel, future just amazing things about the future and what it may be portending. So check him out. Or if you don't like Peter Diamandis, check out Elon Musk. He's doing amazing things. There's somebody in your field, there's somebody you admire who is doing the things that are almost bordering on sci-fi. Make sure you follow them and then get inspired and bring that to your team. Okay, next one, you got to be a technology teen. Jacob Morgan says that you don't have to be a coder, but you have to make sure that you understand the technology and all the resources that it presents. Next one is Yoda. Yoda is referring to emotional intelligence. When you're an emotionally intelligent leader, you listen to yourself, you're very self-aware, and once you become so self-aware, it becomes easier to recognize patterns in everyone that you meet. Of course, you will not become Yoda, self-aware, this emotional intelligence master overnight. It takes intention, it takes investment of time, energy, and dedication. Next one is a translator. Can you translate different languages, not necessarily different languages, but different emotional languages, different ideas, emotions, visions of your clients, your team members, your leaders, your community members? How can you translate all of those languages in one that everyone can understand? And that takes communication skills. I recommend Toastmasters. I recommend writing. I recommend improv. Work with a coach to make sure that you are communicating at the highest possible level. There's always a higher level. There's always more you can do. And you have to be able to translate complex, volatile, ambiguous information in a concise and very expeditious way. Finally, there's a coach. As a leader, you have to learn how to be a coach. And I remember about John Wooden. John Wooden, probably the most successful and probably has the most wins in the collegiate basketball in the United States. I think he was there's a university in California. So one of the first things that John Wooden have said to his players is this. One of the first lessons is he asked them how his players put on their socks. You're probably thinking, Coach, Mark, what does the socks have to do with leadership, and what does it have to do with the game of basketball? But John Wooden said, if you don't take care of the smallest things, they will become the big things. If you don't put on your socks properly, it will damage, or it will kringle, or it will create discomfort in your feet, and you will not be able to play at your best. He also didn't believe to make sure that you have all superstars on your team. He believed exploring, discovering the strength that matters the most to that player, and how can they synchronize, harmonize with the rest of the team. I will tell you another secret. In my leadership practice, when I conduct training for executives and teams and big, small, medium-sized corporations, I bring a lot of what John Wooden have taught us through his books, through his letters, and I use it in my practice. I create simulation games. I create challenges based specifically from the material from John Wooden. And if you're interested to know what they are and how you can use it for your organization, for your team, or if you're a coach, or if you need someone like me or my company to come in and help you synchronize minds, synchronize vision, and build teams and leadership development in everyone in your company or in your unit, I'll be happy to come and work and help you out with that. And one of the things I love to do is to bring the wisdom that has been distilled from John Wooden. Okay, so there you go. You have 9 traits of the future leader as described by Jacob Morgan and in his book, Future Leader. They are explorer, chef, servant, global citizen, right? Futurist, tech, teenager, Yoda, coach, and translator. So that's 9. And make sure you write to me. Let me know where you're watching from, what kind of leadership challenges you have experienced, how did you overcome them. Also, I'd like to hear about your victories. I love connecting with you. Make sure you share this video with everyone you care about. And follow me everywhere on social media. And I will see you next time. Thanks for watching.